to just start over.
Nope, here we go.
Recording.
In 3, 2, 1. There we go. Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. That gentleman out there is
Jay Silverman here in Phoenix, Arizona. 111 degrees right now and rising.
Yikes. And I'm sweltering here with 40-50% humidity, folks. But we have been refreshed with 21 seeds. We have been really enjoying the entire line. We've gone through the grapefruit hibiscus, the Valencia orange. This is the one that I'm really excited about. I'll be honest, off camera, we just popped the seal open, and it's a fresh whiff of jalapeno right off the bat. But we have pre-poured, and I gotta say, Jason, as soon as I poured it, first of all, the jalapeno just comes right up to you out of the bottle. But once it's in your jarrito, once it's in the glass, it's all, like you said, a handful of cucumbers, and it's almost like the jalapeno kind of takes on the nose anyway, takes a back seat.
It's really interesting because I'm wondering, this jalapeno kind of screams right out at you, and then it's followed by like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm the cucumbers." Now I'm wondering like how much tinkering they did with the different balancing these flavors in the distillery in the lab and trying to get it down to a science. It's nice. It's a good balance. It's got this really fresh garden aroma. And I love to mix with fresh ingredients whenever possible, but this is something that you could take with you without having to bring all the veggies. It's got it all packed in there.
Yeah, because, veggies are perishables, right?
You can bring a couple of limes and, leave them out. It'd be pretty good.
Even for me, when it comes to sangrita, everybody's got a sangrita recipe. My recipe is spicy V8. That's it. I'm just not a cocktail guy, but I gotta say this year we've been really surprised with the quality of the especially in particular the pepper infused tequilas. They've really upped the game, and I gotta say they're not using diffuser tequila. They are using 100% agave tequila. Just to give you a background very quickly, this is at 35. This is 35 ABV, so. It is out of NOM 1438, that is Destilería del Valle, which makes Siempre. Casa Maestra is almost exclusively from there, and several other brands that have really award winners. And one other one that we just tasted called Vivir, it just tastes old school. So it's surprising to me the quality of the tequilas that are coming out of this. I mean, technically it's a maquiladora, but there's some really great recipes and brands, the award-winning brands. This one is another award winner out of the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. But I haven't tasted it yet, so I'm going to dive in. Let's just taste it and see what we get.
The aroma's potent. I like the aroma quite a bit. It's just really nice. So this one, Mike, more so than the Valencia orange and the grapefruit hibiscus, this one kind of screams to me like, mix me up, shake me up into a drink. If you want it super simple with just lime, you're out the door. If you want to get a little more creative and do something like, green juice or just basil. We used to do a very, very nice tequila basil lemon kind of thing.
Show that green concoction you made. Which one of those three would you use in that?
This is what I'm going to mix one of these up in a little bit here, but I don't have a blender currently, so I just pureed this in the food processor, but I been to the Asian market. I got a lot of greens. I have Thai basil, parsley, celery, kale, spinach, and lime all in here.
Wow.
I mix that up and then I strain the juice. I'm going to use this to cook with. I'm going to make like a quinoa salad and use all that good greenness. But that would pair, you can pair the 21 seeds with a healthy lunch if you want to. This is a really interesting product though. Like we talked about a little bit with the Valencia orange. It's a really quality tequila in there. You know, they kind of like didn't just kind of throw this together and say, let's, you know, put the cucumber and the jalapeno into something basic. It's a good tequila.
Well, here's what I'm sensing, because this year, in 2020, we've had several pepper infused tequilas, and each of them was well done. One of them was actually from a Hawaiian pepper that I thought was very interesting. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this one. This is a 35 ABV. Every time I get a finish, it's a short to medium finish. I get the feeling that it's not coming from the tequila so much as it's coming from the fruit or the vegetable that it's being paired with. So it's a vegetable or fruit finish that tends to be bitter. Okay, that at least the first two are bitter. On this one, here's what I'm going to say. I was hoping for more of a jalapeno kick. If you're looking for a jalapeno kick, in other words, if you're looking for that oily capsaicin, you know, residue on your palate, this is not going to happen with this tequila, because this is more like an essence of jalapeno. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, it's way more vegetal. You're not going to get the heat. If you're one of those guys or ladies that's like, I want, you know, give me your spiciest infused tequila. We used to do the habanero infused and everything.
Yeah.
You know, we used to do the ghost pepper, let it sit in the jar and get it really, really hot. This isn't going to do that. This is a little more refined, a little more of like an enhanced jalapeno flavor. And I think it's got its purpose. What you could do is, you know, this is going to appeal to the whole crowd. If you have the whole family over, you got, you know, dad wants super spicy, you can have him throw him, slice this up and throw and make it.
Yeah. Even as a garnish, right?
Can't make it less spicy, but you can always add more and make it spicier. So that, in that regard, I think it's interesting because the versatility is there. You can give this to the kids, or you know what I mean, not the kids, but the younger, the people that don't want the spiciest. Give it to them, and then keep a jalapeno and kind of double up on the spice and freshness and make an easy cocktail with it. But no, it's good on its own, and it's a little less sweet than the other ones in the line, I think.
Yeah, I will tell you that the flavor profile, again, it could be because it's at 35 ABV. You know, the other ones that we've had infused were at a full 80. And I got to say, I really enjoy, personally for me, because I lived in New Mexico for 13, 14 years. So I like that nice, you know, that green chili, jalapeno, you know, but I love what they did with this, with the jalapeno. And you know what? That's why I say it's more like an essence of jalapeno, which reminds me a lot of the green chili that you knew in New Mexico when it was green chili season, and you know it now living in Arizona, because everybody is you know, they've got they're heating up their chilies for the season, which for the fall, and the smell of green chili, hatch green chili, while they're roasting, you know, out in the supermarkets it's heaven. You know, it's incredible. And so this reminds me, this is more like the scent in aroma you get when you roast chili versus when you taste chili. That's why I say it's more of an essence. Yeah. The capsaicin is very minimal, maybe at the back of the throat, ever so slightly. But I like the way it plays nicely with the cucumber.
Well, you're not going to get the cucumber if you put more jalapeno in there and it had gotten spicier. You wouldn't be able to get that cucumber vibe going at all. It would have been drowned out and it would have been overshadowed by the jalapeno. So I think in that regard, it's a nice balance. You can definitely, it's definitely sippable. It's nice on its own. Kind of interesting for, you know, some people don't want a mixed cocktail. They just want to drink like tequila neat, like we've been drinking for years. But now they're, you know, let me try something different. This is good.
Yeah, even with soda, you know, like a tequila and soda with a little bit of this in it, I think.
In heaven, because that's going to be really tasty, but super, super easy. Like, you know, anybody could put that together in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Yeah, and you have something refreshing. I think that they, let me, before we sign off, let me give some quick background on their two sisters who are the owners and a friend. Let me give their names because I really appreciate what I see what they're going for and where they're headed. It's Kat Huntus and Nicole Huntus Emmanuel. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And their close friend Sarika Singe. 21 Seeds empowers an audience of millennial women to connect across borders, share ideas, and make every drink and every moment special. And I think, honestly, uh, they hit a home run with these. Now, on the palate, because jalapeno, there's going to be a little bit of oil. You can start to taste it on your palate. There's a residue there, but it's not hot. It's there.
It's flavorful, it's subtle.
Yeah, I'm really impressed because, like you said, in the distillery, I wonder how long it took in the lab before you finally got it to the point where they played nicely with each other and one didn't overpower the other.
Well, like I said, you can always make it spicier. You can't make it less spicy. And this is a good bottle. I mean, these are interesting products. This whole line is just, it's been planned, well thought of, and, executed nicely. I think it's about $28 at Old Town. And
yeah, give us some price points.
I think it's like anywhere from 27 to 30 bucks online right now. I think it's probably pretty new to the market anywhere you go in most places. This bottle, it's pretty, it's really a warm and inviting label. I think people are going to like, if they see this on the shelf, your average passerby in the store, I think they're going to be like intrigued by the look of it. And it's got a quality look and feel to it, but thankfully the juice it matches the look and the
yes.
feel. Yeah. And I feel like the ladies did a good job. The girls who called the shots, they did a nice job on this one.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that all three of these have been nominated as Brand of Promise nominees, as well as their packaging, and they're not a slouch. I was telling Jay off camera that the first time I'd ever had a cucumber with tequila was in Tequila at an all men's tequila bar. No women were allowed. So these guys were the good old boys who would carry guns, play dominoes in the back, and shoot billiards. And the bartender only had tequilas from the Highlands. So behind him, you could pick from Siete Leguas, Siembra Azul, Tapatio, Don Felipe, all the ones from only Highlands. And then he's at the bar, and he's serving you botanas, which are just finger food. He's cutting up jicama, he's cutting up fresh tomatoes, and he's cutting up cucumbers. And traditionally, sometimes they'll tell you can take a cucumber, scoop it out, and pour Blanco tequila in it. But I wouldn't recommend it with this one because I think this would probably do better with maybe a slice of cucumber, right? Or as you said, you can make it hotter and put a pepper in the glass, or in this case, make it more refreshing and maybe throw in a slice of cucumber with it. But either way, however you want to serve it, it's a home run, man. Even with soda water, you got it covered.
It mixes with a lot of things. You can put just a little bit of lemon, squeeze some lemon in there.
Yeah.
Have a flavored club soda, sparkling water. That's great. It's going to be super easy. Or if you want to make a margarita, jalapeno margaritas are extremely popular. When I was a bartender in New York, I mean, we made those by the dozen. Like,
you invented it, man.
Man, but every margarita bar worth its salt has like a spicy margarita on the menu, and there's a little variety that you can do. Like, I would definitely put a little basil in there and a little more, maybe another couple slices of jalapeno, and then just make up a great margarita. It's a close call. If I had to decide between the orange and the cucumber jalapeno for doing a margarita, it would be a close call. I'd have to sit there and think about it for a minute.
Here's what I love about this line, okay, is that not only did they accomplish what they set out to do, it has inspired me, and I've said this for years. I will never drink a tequila, on ice unless this year we've done a lot of RTDs, a lot of ready to drinks where you have to drink those cold, right? I drink them at room temp first, and then I pour them over ice, and that's how we taste them. I gotta say, I've never been inspired to drink my tequilas on ice, but these tequilas not only inspire you when it comes to recipes and ways of serving, but I really am inspired to try this over ice.
Oh yeah.
Some soda water. It's a, in these times where we're quarantined at home, you've seen the pictures on Instagram. If you haven't, you will. Jay's got his Tequila Aficionado mask, and we're trying to do the selfie thing. But when you're stuck at home and you want variety, there you go, and you want variety, and this is probably one of the easiest things, and it will inspire you guys to come up with your own recipes. And I think there's no better advocate than somebody who's been stuck at home and says, I'm bored, I want to try something new. Pick these up and be inspired. These are inspiring mixes and lines. I'm impressed as hell. These ladies have really gone above and beyond and delivered. So there you go.
I've got more. I keep coming up with more ideas. I'm thinking this with just pineapple juice. If you don't have the full bar set up, a little slice of jalapeno and pineapple juice. Oh, there's so many ways you can go with a cucumber jalapeno. It's a winner. And yeah, the whole lineup is fantastic. It's really good.
Totally agree. Brand of Promise nominee, and that is our take on 21 Seeds tequila. These are infused tequilas. Go get them. You can get them online. They're very approachable. That's what I like about these. They're at a 35 ABV, 100% agave tequila, and you can't go wrong. They're using great ingredients all the way down the line, which is very impressive. So that's our take, Brand of Promise nominee on 21 Seeds. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. That gentleman out there is
Jay Silverman in Phoenix, Arizona.
You have been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels. Don't forget to subscribe down below. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that red button, hit the notification bell, and that way every time Jay is on our channel or on his own channel, as Senor Silverman, he's got two. Okay, he's got Instagram, and if you want to watch him do some great cocktails with these tequilas, catch him on his channel at Senor Silverman. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely, friends.